How you doing, Dr. Rains? I'm here today to talk some stats with you, if you don't mind. This is Beyond the Classroom 2.2, and my task I see is to construct a 3-minute video addressing sampling error, non-sampling error, margins of error, and confidence intervals. And so the sixth learning outcome was to address the Cosmopolitan online poll, a CBS Evening News call-in poll, a Gallup random dialing poll, and a door-to-door political campaign poll. And as you know, or as you've taught us so far, none of these polls are as good as they should be, no matter what they tell you. They'll act like they're some great survey or they're what everyone thinks, but in actuality, they have a lot of problems with them. So to start off with the Cosmopolitan online poll, this has a lot of non-sampling error because it's cosmopolitan, so therefore it's directed a lot towards girls. So 50% of the population is basically left out. And even if a guy ended up on cosmopolitan.com, I don't want to know why he would be, but if he did, he wouldn't answer a question that was on the website because it wouldn't even apply to him. To continue, the CBS Evening News call-in poll, that also has a lot of non-sampling error because it's voluntary responses. So those who are calling in are going to have a lot stronger opinions, and the moderates are going to be left out. So say, for example, if they held a voluntary call-in for people who support the president, more people who actually do support the president are going to call in. So that's leaving out a large portion of your population, and therefore it's not a very good sample. The next one is the Gallup random dialing poll, and in theory this is a good poll because it's just calling random numbers. However, it depends on what time of day you call, and I'm sure they try to call during the day because you don't want to call a family during dinner or late at night, because then this will make people angry and they're not going to want to answer. But the problem with that is calling during the day is going to rule out a lot of the population, like a lot of the guys or a lot of adults who work, because you have stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads, and then senior citizens who are at home. Those are the people who are actually at their house during the day. And like I said, that's not a very good representation of a population at all, so that's not that great of a sample either. And then the next one is the door-to-door campaign poll, and this also seems as if it would be pretty good. However, it depends on what neighborhoods you do it in, and you'd have to do it in different zip codes or different area codes possibly, because if you went to an affluent neighborhood and asked if do you think that rich people should be taxed more, their answer is going to more than likely be no. So you could say, of all neighborhood or all people that live in neighborhoods in Lexington think that rich people shouldn't be taxed more. Well, if you did that from a neighborhood like Beaumont, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a pretty affluent neighborhood here in Lexington, those people are obviously going to say no because they don't want to get taxed more. So basically, in analyzing those 4 types of polls, I've learned that sampling error exists in basically all surveys because no sample is perfect. But that's why we have the margin of error. Excuse me. That's why we have margin of error and confidence intervals, which is what I've learned from this class so far. So I think the best way to keep the margin of error low and therefore a better confidence interval is to take a large sample and make sure you do everything you can to keep it a simple random survey, because with an SRS you're going to have a lot less sampling error, and if you have less non-sampling error, obviously you're going to have less sampling error. And so yeah, if you keep it in SRS, you're going to be in good shape. And I think I'm a little over on my time here, but I think I covered all my bases, so appreciate it.